watch what happens in this moment in relation to being true servanthood and the service of being relational to one another. The Bible says that the Father put everything into Jesus' hands. Meaning that what happened is that my humility in service means that I'm not worried about my own identity, because he knew who he was. And so what happens is that he's willing to submit himself because of the love that he has for this person. So he's willing to submit unto himself and to washing the disciples' feet. So that's the first part of the relationship is that what he's doing is it says, I know my identity, but what I'm doing is I'm willing to submit myself into a lower status so I can meet you at the same level. Sometimes you got to meet somebody eye to eye. So it's relational. However, there's a second part to this in order for the relationship to take place that Jesus is teaching. I want you to understand this. So if I'm to sit here and I said, Coach White, I'm going to wash your feet. Coach White might say, hold up, brother. Hold up, brother. Let me holler at you. Because now it puts Coach White in a posture, in a position where now if I'm washing his feet, he has to take off his shoe. And when he takes off his shoe, he might have a bunion or he might have a corn or a scar on his foot that he don't want me to see. You missed it. What happens is, beloved, is that what God is saying is in relational, I'm submitting until this and saying my identity don't matter. I know who I am. I'm submitting to your need. What the other individual, the one who is being served, has to understand is I got to strip myself of my own pride. So now he takes his shoe off, willing to expose his imperfections, his insecurities, and his flaws. And so, beloved, what you have to understand is that what he's saying is I have to be willing to expose myself, and I have to be willing to be vulnerable in order for the relationship to work. So Coach White has to make a decision. How deep do I want my relationship to be?